Hey, what's up, guys? Been a little while for sure. Been waiting on getting something interesting enough to make a video on. So this thing here showed up on eBay maybe a month ago. Managed to score it. Probably paid way too much for it, but had been waiting around so long for this to show up that when the opportunity came, I had no choice but to give the man all my money. So anyways, this is an MRP shotgun. I don't think this is the Pro 410 version, just a standard shotgun. I think that's the thing. I think that might be a thing, but anyways, so the seller indicated that he was short a wheel and tire, which I thought, it's still not a reason to not go for the car. But then, this can be kind of a saga in itself. Not only are they sort of in various stages of discoloration, but yeah, I'm missing one. And while it might seem like a simple thing, it's just getting this offset and this clearance for the pin just right is, as I found out, pretty tricky to do. So I forget what type of wheel this is. This sort of fits. This ID had to be drilled out to 3/16 because these wheel shafts are pretty beefy. That's just a 3/16. That's a 1032 nut, I believe. This is all what do you call it? Imperial or English size threads and all that. So not metric, not nice and simple, but that's all right. So the car itself, still, if one of those wheels turns up, I'll absolutely go for it. Probably end up having to pay an arm and a leg for it. But in the meantime, I was able to get these Pro lines fitted on there with a little finagling. They're not really deep enough to take up all of the shaft, so I needed a little spacer between the nut and the wheel. But other than that, I think they looked the part, and they finally fit well. It took me a full day to get those on there, where I was satisfied with it, that the pin wasn't gonna slide out. Back there you can kind of see it sitting comfortably in that little slot. So anyhow, spacing ended up working out where I got clearance for all the suspension there, as well as the arm for the steering. The I don't know what we want to call those, but they're the same for the front and rear. It looks like that's four-wheel steering, but that linkage is just bolted directly to the rear bulkhead. Anyways, you might also notice that somebody did a heck of a paint job there. Looks like they painted it by hand. No offense to the person who may have done this. It looks to me like this is an original body as well, and maybe this was given to somebody who was a little, let's say, unexperienced, but also trying to do their best. So I think I can fancy this up a little bit, or maybe send it out to somebody who can do it justice. Anyways, I was thinking about just masking the windows again and then spraying it with a few more coats of white, just so you can't really see the brush strokes. I don't know if that would end up working out or not, but otherwise the body was cut out real nice, and it's in pretty good shape. It feels like original Lexan. Is very rigid. And ta-da, there's the car itself. Real quick, I want to apologize. I lost my little holder for my phone to go on the tripod, so I'm just having to hold this phone in my hand. What does that say? California Motor Works. I don't know much about that motor itself. It came in the deal. It wasn't installed in the car because there was no pinion included in this bundle, so I got the only MRP pinion I could find on eBay, which was an 18 tooth, and I think in the manual that's listed as like the smallest number of teeth you can put on the car. You can go higher than that, obviously, but so right now it's geared to be pretty slow. There's a good bit of resistance in the drivetrain overall. I don't think that's has to do with any, I apologize for that purple glare. I don't think that's to do with anything wrong or like a lack of lubrication in the bevel gears and the diffs, but it's just kind of the way the car's built. It's a little tight, so that might be a good deal to have a lower number of teeth on the pinion, so there's enough torque so the motor's not having to work too hard. Anyways, so yeah, I don't see any real sign that the car ever did a lot of work. I mean, there are some little scratches here and there. Those could be shelf related. I don't know when the car actually was made, but it sure feels old to me. I do think that the Pro 110 came out around the same time as the RC10, or maybe a little while later. So I'm guessing that this was around the same time. You might want to watch True Vintage's show on this particular car. I don't recall if he talked about it a lot, or if it was just sort of a yeah, anyways, he's probably got some detail on the car itself and its lineage. From what I've read online, it was pretty decent out there, but due to the complexity of the car itself, it was a little bit unreliable. I don't know about how well it drove, but it does have a monoshock up front, and it's supposed to have these little guys, these little linkages that go from where that little blue ball is up through this hole with some little ferrules, and then the rods themselves are threaded. So I do have those with the kit, but I took them off immediately. They were, when you would push down on the car, the heads of the screws go up, obviously, and they were rubbing on the body there. So I don't know. I think that was kind of maybe a gimmick when the car was just made well enough to where it didn't really need one. So yeah, to each his own, I guess. But I thought that needed to go as soon as I saw it. Yeah, that little guy there. I'm going to finish putting electronics in it, and we're definitely going to run the car out on the baseball field. So I don't want to get a whole bunch of dirt in this beauty queen, but anyways, man, this was like, this and the Hirobo Jealousy are like literally the final two cars that were on my list of kits to get before I die, and so I'm down to one now. You'll definitely see this guy again. Like I said, I'm gonna drive it for sure. That may really upset a lot of you guys, but you know, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I gotta run it. Yeah, I've been messing around with the car basically since I got it, and I just got the new wheels to put on it last night. So there's just like a million little details that needed some attention. I'm pretty happy with how the thing feels overall at this point, but it was in original condition when I got it, so I hope I haven't done anything to make any of this worse. I did add a little oil here and there to some of the joints because they were a little stiff. Yeah, the steering is a little tight, but I think a modern servo should be able to accommodate that. There's very little slop anywhere. Now, due to the mono shock, you do get you are able to kind of rock it back and forth without really compressing the spring, and I know that's what those little rods are for here, but again, I'm not bothered by that too much. Any of the cars, Kyosho, Rocky, all that, they all suffer from the same little wobble up front. But yeah, that's the car, man. MRP shotgun, and got this nice little catalog as well. There's some cars in this one I didn't know existed. MRP made some pretty cool stuff, man. And hopefully there's a few more in here that I can add to the list at some point. But okay, enough jibber jabbering. I'll talk to you guys again when I'm ready to run this car. All right, hope you're all doing well, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.